It has often been questioned why Scots celebrate Hogmanay more than Christmas. The answer is Christmas was banned for a time and frowned upon by the Scottish Presbyterian Church for over 400 years. It wasn't until the middle of the 20th century that Christmas celebrations truly returned to the calendar. In olden times, the Picts celebrated the winter solstice, the longest night of the year, with a log on which they carved the face of an old woman. As it burned, it was supposed to rid them of bad luck. They also introduced the lighting of candles, which were placed at their windows. In later years, the pagans and Druids continued this winter celebration. It was also the time when they asked their ancient gods to return the sun to them. They used to scour the countryside for greenery and took it into their homes, and this is where trees and decorations began. They would bring in an evergreen, which symbolised life, and decorate it. Mistletoe, taken from the oak tree, was believed to bring fertility, and maybe where kissing under the mistletoe hails from. They built a fire in their homes and burned the Yule log, as at that time, a year was known as Yule, taken from the Old Norse meaning midwinter. The log was specially chosen and placed in the dying embers of the old fire. Its charred remains were thought to bring protection to the house throughout the year. The Protestant Reformation took place in the 16th century, and since 1583 the Church of Scotland frowned upon Yuletide celebrations, seeing it as being too closely associated with the Roman Catholic traditions, stating the celebrations didn't reflect anything in the Bible. In 1640, an act was passed in the Scottish Parliament banning the celebration, and even mincemeat pies were banished from the table. There are records of people who continued to celebrate being arrested for breaking the law. It wasn't until the 1680s the act was repealed. During the Victorian period, there was somewhat of a revival thanks to Prince Albert and German customs becoming popular, but Hogmanay remained the celebration of choice. It was only in 1958 that Christmas became an official festive holiday, and not until 1974, when Boxing Day followed suit. However, Hogmanay and New Year's Day remain the main celebrations across the country, and it's probably the reason why 2nd January is also a public holiday in Scotland. Prince Albert's German influence is still strong today, with putting up the Christmas tree, sending cards, and advent calendars. Edinburgh also hosts the annual German market at Princes Street Gardens, with stalls selling Christmas decorations, gifts, Glühwein, hot chocolate, Bratwurst, Lebkuchen, Apfelkuchen and other traditional German food and drink. Houses are decorated, with the centrepiece being the Christmas tree with its lights. A wreath is sometimes placed on front doors, and an advent candle is used to count down the days to Christmas itself. Children are often given advent calendars, as are pet cats and dogs. On Christmas Eve, children leave Santa a mince pie and a glass of milk or whiskey, while a carrot is placed next to it for his reindeer. Stockings are placed near the fire, and at 11:30 that night, churches and chapels open their doors for the Christmas Eve service. There are also services on Christmas Day, and it's traditional to have a walk at some point. Christmas lunch or dinner traditionally consists of roast beef in Scotland, but turkey has overtaken in the last 6 decades or so, and is served with roast potatoes and Brussels sprouts, along with pigs in blankets, stuffing and a sauce, such as cranberry or a good Christmas chutney. Christmas pudding or trifle follows, although Mrs. Fettes' Christmas pudding, named after the wife of William Fettes, the founder of Fettes College in Edinburgh, is lighter than the traditional heavy one. Last of all, the Christmas cake and mince pies are served, or left on the table for people to help themselves. Crackers are pulled, jokes told, and toasts are done. At 3 o'clock, the monarch's speech is shown on TV, and usually a Christmas film follows. The last Christmas Day football matches in Scotland took place in 1976, when games were played between Clydebank and St Mirren, and Alloa played Cowdenbeath. Now the matches take place on Boxing Day, with further games on New Year's Day. Boxing Day, or St Stephen's Day, is also traditionally the day when the sales begin in the shops, but in days gone by, boxes were prepared by local landowners containing various items, from food to cloth, which were given to the estate workers, hence the name Boxing Day. In some parts of the country, Boxing Day was known as Sweetie Scone Day, when dried fruit and spices were added to the usual homemade bread, generally supplied by the local landowner. These are just some of Scotland's Christmas traditions. If you enjoyed this episode of Scotland's History, please like, comment and subscribe. Until next time, thank you for watching.